Arirang Prime.
Chaotic, noisy cities. People here dream of special experiences that can add zest to their tiresome days, like falling in love or traveling back and forth across time. And if you believe in magic, it's not a far-off dream. Seoul, the capital of South Korea, a city where magical things happen every day. Once the sun sets and the moon rises, it's time for the magic show to begin. When the city lights come together to create a spectacular skyline, some mellow out in the romantic atmosphere, others take it as a cue to enjoy what the night offers. Are you ready to come on board this magical night? This is Seoul, the bustling capital of Korea, a country that has achieved breathtaking economic growth in just half a century. It's one of the most dynamic cities in the world. But this noisy, busy city of dull gray changes at sundown. It transforms into something else. Seoul's nighttime. It's time for the magic to begin. December 31st, a new year is about to be ushered in. It's going to be one of the most dazzling nights in Seoul.
다사다난했던 2013년을 뒤로하고 이제 곧 가버년 새해가 다가옵니다.
식구들이 나오고 새해 소망 한번 같이 날려보려고 카운트다운 한번 해보면 재밌을 것 같아서 그래서 왔어요.
White balloons and bright lights decorate the night sky. The excitement of another beginning and people's hopes and dreams add character to the city. The real festival is about to begin. This congested road during the daytime is cleared of all cars so that people can revel in the New Year's festivities. People will remember this night even after it's long over.
Happy New Year! konnichiwa.
새해 복 많이 받으세요.
새해 복 많이 받으세요. 저희 결혼해요. 2월 8일 날. 잘 살게요.
When most working adults are on their way home, Mr. Cho Yeong-ho gets ready to start his day. Taking customers to their destinations, Mr. Cho drives a taxi from 7 p.m. to sunrise.
손님들에게 좋은 흘러간 올드 팝송을 보내드리고 있습니다. 이 노래가 1960년대 노래입니다. 미국에서 가장 인기 있었던 컨트리 가수죠. 마티 로빈스. 79년도에 나왔던 음악입니다. 제이더 사우더의 노래 중에서 You Are Only 노래라는 곡이 나오죠.
He's not your typical taxi driver, though. He's also known as a DJ who plays his own mix of music to his customers. His knowledge of Western pop music is encyclopedic.
우리 한국말로 번역을 한다면 나 외로울 때면이라는 곡입니다.
He's even decorated his taxi with a rock cafe motif. Every night as he drives through Seoul, he gives his customers a magical experience to remember. He mixes his own DJ tapes and videos. He tries to select music that his passengers will like. His efforts to provide the best cab ride in the city has made for many satisfied passengers.
피곤해서 집에 가는데 이렇게 이런 택시를 타니까 옛날 노래도 듣고 상당히 좋으네요. 눈이 확 뜨이는데? 정신이 팍 나는데?
Mr. Cho has been driving a night cab in Seoul for 20 years and counting.
제가 밤에 일을 하다 보니까 뭐랄까 이 밤을 보는 관점이 보통 사람과는 조금 다른 것 같아요. 아무래도 밤은 안 예쁜 것들은 어둠 속에 싹 숨어버리죠. 그리고 예쁜 것들은 도드라지는 그런 효과가 있죠.
The city square that's choked with cars during the day becomes an ice rink at night. Bare tree branches bloom with colorful lights. Multicolored lights illuminate the city after dark, and the dull gray office buildings disappear. As if the entire city were under a magical spell, myriad extravagant events unfold in Seoul. Anyone who has experienced this magical hour will tell you it's not hard to fall in love with Seoul. Sejongdo, the main street of Seoul. Can you see the ancient city hidden behind the modern facade? It takes a little magic to find what is hidden from sight. First, you need to dispel the notion that everything looks clearer under a bright light. 4 pieces of a photo will be stitched together. Now the last piece is put into place. Shall we take another look at the photo? The night begins anew. Once again, Mr. Cho starts his day in the evening as a cab driver and DJ.
어서 오세요.
안녕하세요.
아, 경복궁으로 가시죠?
예, 그러죠.
예.
경복궁이요.
예. 아니, 택시가 뭐 굉장히 멋있어요.
네, 감사합니다.
뭐 안에 무슨 뭐 그 여러 가지 재즈 무슨 컨트리 뭐 별거 다 써 있네요.
세계 음악을 다 틀고 다닙니다.
아이고.
옛날 음악을 하나 좀 틀어서
아예
볼까요?
감사합니다.
예,
아, 예, 예.
아마 이 노래는 이거는 선생님께서 이제 많이 이렇게 들어보셨을 거예요.
네.
He plays a song that his passengers would have listened to when they were younger.
그런 옛날 그 기억이 젊었을 때 그런 기억이 좀 이렇게 아련하게 떠오르네요. 그래서 상당히 기분이 새롭고 아주 오늘 택시 참 잘 탔습니다. 예?
감사합니다.
After Seoul became the new capital of the Joseon dynasty in 1394, it has remained as the center of culture, politics, and commerce for over 600 years. There are traces of the city's past scattered around modern Seoul.
But we climb a step every day.
And these historic places reveal themselves with more clarity at night. Located where Sejongno begins, Gwanghwamun was the front gate of the Joseon Royal Palace, and the king's procession would pass through it. Gunjeongjang is at the heart of Gyeongbok Palace. The throne hall was used for important royal occasions, such as coronation ceremonies and the reception of foreign envoys. It's a building that symbolizes the royal family of Joseon.
밤에는 좀 더 고즈넉하고 조용한 것 같아요. 아무래도 사람이 적으니까.
이런 지금 옛날 건물들 사이에 있으니까 확실히 옛날 사람 같은 느낌이 들어요. 옛날 사람들 야간에 이런 거 보면서 같이 지나갔을 거 아니에요.
Gyeonggi-do is arguably the most beautiful part of the palace. Royal banquets and celebrations were mostly held here. Those who lived in times past were probably just as dazzled by this beautiful scene as we are today.
달빛과 딱 어우러져서 정말 조화가 기가 막히지 않아요? 어느 미술이 저렇게 구도를 딱 잡겠어요? 기가 막히죠. 근데 달빛도 저기 뭐야 저거 보고 아롱지다. 아롱지다라고 하죠. 저런 표현이. 근데 정말 조명과 어우러져서 환상이네요.
Surprisingly, the ancient royal palace shines brilliantly, more so under the moonlight than during the day. In Korea, the day of the first full moon of the lunar year is known as Jeongwol Daeborum. It's celebrated with a large bonfire upon which people pray for good fortune. Another folk custom of Jeongwol Daeborum is 쥐불놀이, which originated from a pest control method that farmers practiced by burning rice paddies to exterminate rats and crop-eating pests. Nowadays, people participate in 쥐불놀이 to watch the bright sparks glow in the night. Twirling the embers, They reminisce about the past when they used to trek through the village all night under the full moon.
이 부지불놀이를 많이 했죠. 밥 먹으러 나가서 했으니까 항상 우리는 아주 재밌게 놀았습니다. 근데 이제 지금은 추억이죠, 완전히 이제.
This group of people are releasing balloon lanterns bearing their wishes.
그냥 여기 있어? Okay. I'm hoping that this year will be a year full of luck.
A sky lantern carries off the wishes of a mother and son. The wishes will only come true when the lantern floats high in the sky. Luckily, the lantern floats in the direction of the full moon. Steered by the people's wishes, or perhaps by the magical powers of the night. Seoul today is still encapsulated in a time bubble that transports the city to its ancient past. When the night falls, this bubble becomes more pronounced. Lee Seong-ge, the founder of the Joseon dynasty, chose Hanyang as the new capital of his kingdom and built an 18-kilometer fortress around it. Today, some sections of the wall are still standing and provide a romantic backdrop for couples taking a stroll through the city.
좀 고풍스러운 것 같아요. 성곽길이.
그래서 그냥 걷기 좋아가지고 데이트 코스로는 산책하기 좋은 것 같아요.
특히 밤에.
네, 야경 보면서.
This magical hour of retracing Korea's past will end when the dawn breaks. When that happens, we must return to the fast pace of today's Seoul. Everyone is in a hurry in the city. People pick up the pace to race towards their goals. The only time when they can rest or look back seems to be at night.
안녕하세요.
네.
한강 유람선 선착장이요.
예, 알겠습니다. 얼굴이 아주 미남이십니다.
아, 네, 감사합니다.
뭐 선착장에 뭐 때문에 가시는 거예요?
아, 제가 사실 직업이 마술사인데요. 네, 그래서 한강 선착장에서 제가 마술을 하기 위해서 갑니다. 네.
재밌으시겠어요?
네, 뭐 한강에서 마술을 하는 거니까 야경도 아름답고 그런 분위기에서 마술하면 또 관객분들이 더 마술에 취하지 않을까 그런 생각을 해요.
I see skies of blue and clouds of white.
Without the Han River, which cuts through the middle of the city, nights in Seoul might not be as romantic as they are today.
Think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky.
If you want to immerse yourself in the sublime scenery to get a fuller experience, a ferry ride could be the answer.
I see friends shaking hands, saying how do you do?
Watching Seoul on a ferry in the middle of the river can put you under the city's spell.
I hear babies cry.
The river is upstaged by tall buildings during the daytime, but now it sparkles with life. It's hard for a professional magician to not take advantage of such a sight.
자, 카드 하나에다가 동전 하나, 카드 하나에 동전 하나. 동전 하나 잘 덮어놓고. 자, 이제 하나씩 이동합니다. 잘 보세요. 자, 두 번째 동전도 역시 이동합니다. 자, 다시 한 번 더 카드를 잘 덮어놓고요. 마지막 동전도 이동하게 되죠. 그럼 몇 개의 동전이 있죠? 확인해보면 다시 제자리로 돌아가게 됩니다. 감사합니다.
He performs another illusion in response to the cheers. You see this full cup of coffee? In a few seconds, he'll change it into coffee beans. See? Now another kind of magic gifted by the city will unfold. Surrounded by the cool river breeze and flickering lights, you may feel more in tune with your feelings and senses. That is why many board the ferry, hand in hand with their loved ones.
남편 생일이어가지고요. 그래서 밤에 그냥 보내기 아쉬워서 야경도 보고 이제 태어나서 처음 보는 거거든요. 그래서 아기도 그렇고 그래서 왔어요.
밤에 또 처음에는 낮에는 막 그 안개 끼고 막 그래서 좀 건물들도 뿌옇게 보이고 회색 느낌 많이 났는데 야경 보니까 너무 이렇게 화려하고 보기 좋은 것 같아요.
The glittering night scene with a touch of serenity has a soothing effect on people after a long day.
제가 손님이 없을 때는 이제 가끔 가다가 이곳에 와가지고 휴식도 취할 겸 이 커피도 한잔 마실 겸 해가지고 이 아름다운 곳을 이 경치를 가끔 가다 이렇게 봅니다. 참 멋있잖아요. 낮에 볼 수 없는 그런 밤 풍경을 여기 오면은 볼 수가 있죠.
This cafe overlooking the Han River is a popular spot for couples. Offering beautiful views of the river, it's an ideal place to pop the question to your loved one.
오늘 꽃도 있고 뭐 특별한 날인 것 같은데 오늘이 어떤 날이에요?
만난 지 여자친구가 만난 지 1년 되는 날이어서 특별히 분위기 좋은 이 장소를 택했습니다.
There are places that add a little more pizzazz to the river. Have you noticed them? They're the bridges that cut across the river, casting shimmery lights over the water. The city is set to finish retrofitting all 24 bridges with lights, making the Han River even grander than it is today. You might also come across a few people who linger by the riverside to indulge in their hobbies. These three men come from different walks of life, but have two things in common. They are happiest when they're holding cameras, and every night, they come out to snap photos of the city.
이중교량이라 밑에 지하철도 지나가는 동선까지 궤적까지 찍으면은 가장 이쁘거든요.
Subways take commuters across the river on several bridges. It's a common sight, hardly draws a second glance, until it turns into a different spectacle at night.
전철 지나갑니다. 준비해 주시고. 자, 눌러주세요. 눌렀거든요. 됐어요.
양쪽에서 지나간다. 양쪽에서.
딱이네.
이번에 계속 제대로 나왔다.
분위기 좋아. 이쪽 뷰가 이렇게 이뻐요. 이게 모습이.
야, 이번에 계속 제대로 나왔다.
이쁘네.
After taking up photography, these men relish in finding city night scenes that have a gem-like quality. They all admit that they are addicted to taking photos of Seoul at night. Every day, they wait for the hour when they can go out and take photos of Seoul at night. It's certainly an addiction of sorts.
비번 날 사실 당번 날 출근해서 이제 출동 많을 때는 좀 많이 바쁘고 피곤은 하지만은 이제 퇴근하고서 집에 가서 이제 잠깐의 휴식을 취한 다음에 바로 카메라 들고 이제 나오죠. 우리 이 친구들 만나러. 예. 오로지 사진을 하나 야경이라는 그 주제를 가지고 사진을 찍기 위해서.
우리가 이렇게 눈으로 바라보는 이 서울 불빛하고 그 뷰파인더 속에서 바라보는 불빛하고는 완전히 다른 세상 같아요. 평상시에 접해보지 못한 그런 화려함?
남들이 보지 못하는 거를
그렇죠.
보는 어떤 희열?
네. 그리고 막 높은 산 위에 높은 건물 위에서 내려다보는 이 서울 야경은 말을 해도 모를걸요.
Fortunately, he captures that indescribable night scenery so vividly in his pictures. There are certain things in life that can only be fully appreciated from afar, like Seoul's skyline at night. So to get the best view of the city skyline, people take off to the highest vantage point in Seoul. The cable car speeds up Namsan Mountain, carrying passengers to the top for a special view. Even though the mountain is only 243 meters above sea level, its location in the Seoul downtown area allows for excellent views of the entire city. People who come up for the panorama also chain locks onto the tower fence as a symbol of their love.
어떻게 되는 거야? 아, 밑에 얇아서 되는 거야. 아, 여기 그러면 밑에다가 하면 되겠다. 소원이 이루어진다고?
어떤 소원을 주셨나요? 그냥 오래 만나게 해달라고.
Shall we go up a little farther? The observatory deck on the Seoul N Tower rises 236.7 meters from its base. The tower itself sits atop Namsan Mountain. So counting from the foot of the mountain, the N Seoul Tower stands 480 meters above sea level. As a landmark of Seoul, the tower can be seen from almost anywhere in the city, and vice versa. People looking out from the tower can see the entire city. The observatory deck is always crowded with visitors looking to enjoy the 360-degree panoramic view.
됐다. 됐지? 서울 야경도 보고 자물쇠에 이렇게 접고 채우고 이런 거 저런 거 하니까 되게 낭만적이고 좋은 것 같아요.
In one section, some visitors are writing letters. The beautiful night view of Seoul must have triggered thoughts of someone special in their minds. The sun drops below the horizon and darkness takes. Soon, another type of magic will grip the city. One of the hottest city hangouts for hipsters is the Hongik University area, known as Hongdae. Here, people are drawn towards crowds on the street, compelled by the tunes of street performers. For some time, the neighborhood has become an outdoor stage for artists and a playground that reverberates with a youthful, carefree vibe. Today, anyone can be the star of his or her own show in Hongdae. Spectators are always nearby. The guitar catches his eye. What's he going to show? He doesn't know how to play the guitar, so he's going to make the guitar dance instead. Now watch carefully. 1, 2, 3. It's hard to believe your eyes. Next, here's a stereo system. Now see what happens to it. On the count of 3, the stereo system will vanish into thin air.
자, 갑니다. 하나, 둘, 셋.
So did you enjoy that? This is turning out to be a magical night for the people on the streets of Hongdae. This performance involves all the people gathered here. They are actors on stage. The indie band Separate Collection starts singing their interpretation of the traditional folk song Arirang. Age, gender, nationality, it doesn't matter. They become one through music.
어디? 왜 왔어? 예?
It's an edgy version of Arirang that reaches a crescendo with the audience cheering on.
The people here, I think they're different. They're more open and they're all searching for their dream. I just love the people here. I live in Seoul, but I come here every day. It's really great. It's very I don't know, it's really cool, I guess. There's a lot of good shops and a lot of
street performances.
Yeah, and the atmosphere is very good here. So, yeah.
Seoul is a fun city with passion and heart. And now, some visitors know about it even better than some of the locals do. These days, Mr. Cho is getting more and more international customers than he's ever had before.
Hello, Hotel Prima. Hotel Prima.
Okay. Hotel Prima.
Yeah.
Where from?
America.
America. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You like rock? Rock?
Rock. Okay, rock.
Yeah. I do rock. Yeah, I do.
Johnny Casey?
No.
AC/DC.
AC/DC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Ho!
Here we go.
Hey! Wanna do with me?
One song brings with it a mutual connection.
저는 컨트리 음악 잘 모르는데요.
네.
여기 니르와나 스티커 봐요. 니르와나 좋아요.
그래요?
네. 아바도 좋은데요.
아바도 좋아하시고.
네.
메탈 음악은 안 좋아하세요?
한국 음악 관심 많아요.
K-pop 공연하는 곳을 제가 알고 있습니다. 그래서 거기 좀 안내해 드릴까요?
진짜로?
예.
좋아요.
네,
좋다.
Mr. Cho recommends Dongdaemun to one of his passengers. The area is named after an ancient fortress gate. Designated as treasure number 1 and one of the 4 main ancient gates of Seoul, Hungginjimun is more commonly called Dongdaemun. Dongdaemun has always been a vibrant section of the city. Flashy lights on the entire side of this building are boosting the neighborhood's image. The hologram concert is a must-see event in Dongdaemun. There's a reason why people are so excited. Here, they can meet their favorite stars whenever they want. This is the world's first hologram concert hall. Big Bang, 21, and other top K-pop artists riding the Korean wave can be seen as holograms. But the holograms are so hyper-realistic that it's difficult to tell whether they are real or not. With the state-of-the-art sound system backing it all up, the virtual reality is so real that people feel as if they were at a real concert. The growing popularity of K-pop around Asia and the world has led to this hologram concert, which draws in a lot of visitors.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
제대로 못 찍었어요. 아, 너무 좋았어요. 어떤 점이? 상상이 그 이상이었어요.
실제 가수들이
네, 진짜 같아요. 그냥 이 그래픽이까지 했는데 와보니까 너무 좋았어요.
It's very amazing. It looks like maybe you can touch the stars and it looks so real. Usually when you go to concerts, they're so far away. You can only see a small people. And now it's like having this very close-up experience. It's very interesting.
Dongdaemun is also synonymous with Seoul's night market. As people flocked to the market every night, food shops popped up one by one. This food alley has been around for 40 years. The smell of grilled fish permeates the night air just as it's done for decades. The center of Dongdaemun's night market is the fashion town. Most of these tiny shops have just 3 square meters of space. Tens of thousands of these are crammed into the fashion town. This place has become a main tourist attraction for visitors.
So you can go back. We visited Nami Island this morning. So after that, we're like looking for some stuff that we can bring home and give to our friends
In the Philippines.
Yeah. And it also like 12 already, and they're still open. So we're very happy because like we visited some areas and they're still open. So it's nice for tourists. We can shop all night.
Another area bustling with visitors and expats is Itaewon. There are so many people here of different nationalities that the neighborhood feels like a microcosm of the global village. Cozy hangouts welcome people who don't want to go home when the night is still young. On Friday nights, the scene can reach a fever pitch, hence the wicked nickname, Burning Friday.
I don't feel that anyone's coming after me. I don't think that Korean people have any problem with the foreign presence here. I think that if you took this, if you supplanted it in any other country in the world, if you said this was Chicago, if you said this was Detroit, if you said this was Vancouver, I think that you'd have a lot of surprised people, and they would argue with you and say that no.
Safer than other big cities around the world, Seoul welcomes everyone with open arms. While working as a correspondent for a high-profile business magazine, Daniel Tudor was stationed in Korea. But after quitting his job, he decided to remain in Seoul. Now, he runs a pub in Itaewon. The ever-changing face of Seoul's nightlife is the reason why he stayed.
Seoul never sleeps. There's this expression about New York, the city that never sleeps, but really the city that never sleeps is Seoul. And you can be out at 6 a.m. and there'll be things to do, places to go. And so I never get bored here. There's always something new. There's always something going on. That's why I love Seoul.
As the night deepens, his pub becomes packed with customers. With a cold glass of beer, they also down the fatigue after a long, rough day.
저 그냥 보는 것만으로 만족할게요.
일단 뭐 외국인들도 많고 한국인들도 많고 막 섞여 있으니까 한국에 있는 것 같지 않고 외국에 있는 느낌 그런 느낌이라서 좋고요. 둥둥 뜨는 느낌? 둥둥 뜨는 느낌? 네, 둥둥 뜨는 느낌? 네, 약간 좀 분위기도 그렇고 해가지고 약간 업되는 기분.
야, 진짜 이렇게 아름답고 재미있는 밤이 이 세상 천지에 또 어디 있을까요? 낮과는 전혀 다른 세상이에요. 특히 서울의 밤은 정말 별천지입니다.
Do you see the charms of Seoul at night?
It's freedom.
People here, essence are different.
이 지구상에서 천년이 함께 녹아져 있는 용광로와 같은
천의 얼굴을 가진 도시 같아요.
A night in Seoul, you never know what's going to happen, but you know it's going to be great.
Every night, Seoul falls under a spell. And if you wish, you can be the star of this magical show.